An increasingly global workplace requires more mobility, and people are relocating more frequently. Today, you'll see how the options to renters are broader than ever. A truly secure home is only a touchscreen away. We visit one home to see the latest design in digital security systems. It's tax time, and we better have our financial house in order. How would you like to do your own taxes? You can do it and save money. We'll show you how. This is the show all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. We are Designing Spaces.
The housing market is going through some changes. More Americans are turning to rental properties to call home.
The big difference, though, is we went from 69% home ownership in the United States, and now we're holding about 64% and still declining.
An increasingly global workplace requires many people to relocate more frequently. The options renters have are broader than ever. Brand new homes are now available to lease for those who desire the ease and flexibility of renting. To help us learn more, we've invited American Residential President and co-founder Lori Hawks.
There was a great demand for alternative housing. That's why we started to do single-family rental homes. So we would acquire the houses, refurbish the houses, and lease them to a real variety of American families.
Renting a single-family home provides people who may have once been owners to get back into a house without the commitment, down payment, and hassles involved with purchasing a home.
People, when we started, they were looking for a place to live because they'd been displaced by financial reasons. So you had foreclosure, short sale, bankruptcy. But we're also finding a lot of Americans who are choosing, millennials in particular, who have good credit scores, and they're choosing to rent because they want the financial mobility. They want the ability to move when the jobs move. They want the ability to have someone come take care of the house as opposed to their own. And the fact that they don't have to have a down payment, they don't have to pay homeowners association fees, and they don't have to invest the money to keep the house maintained. That's our job.
ARP has selectively found ideal neighborhoods where new houses are built to suit the demands of family living. Now it's possible to enjoy a brand new home and still have your flexibility.
Well, renters today want to feel like they're part of a community. They want to feel a seamless connection to the neighborhoods, make sure they're near great schools, activities that their children can partake in, a safe community, and the concept of renting something new is a terrific alternative for them.
The Atlanta, Georgia area is one part of the country where growth is occurring, and American Residential offers many distinctive home models with 3, 4, and 5 bedroom options for families looking to rent. Sue Hawks is the CEO of the Collaborative Companies, or TCC. They work with developers to help create their vision.
Well, here in Atlanta, we were given plans. We looked at them and we decided that really they needed to be embellished for what today's homeowners were looking for. Starting with the design on the exterior, using brick, using stone, mixing up the materials gave it more interest and really makes people feel more excited when they drive down the street and they don't see every home looking the same.
To determine what potential home renters would be looking for, TCC uses detailed market analysis. And working with developers ensures that attention to detail is carried out through every step of the process.
The 2-story space in the foyer gives you a sense of grandeur when you walk in. Continuing in through the kitchen, again, no walls, an open plan coupled with granite countertops, and changing the outdated appliances that were black or white to something stainless. Room off the space of the living room includes either a den or a dining room, depending on how formal you want to live.
Attention to detail results in a best-in-class rental experience for a family leasing a new home.
And certainly the opportunity to live in an environment for the first time is very compelling.
Job relocation and general uncertainty about employment is commonplace these days.
Questions in terms of how we select our neighborhoods really are threefold. We look for positive in-migration in terms of population. We want to see a growing economy. We need to know that the jobs are there. We need to know that the growth of the economy is robust.
American Residential is able to provide the option of living in a spacious home for any length of time to people whose jobs may require them to move out of state.
We've relocated people within a state. We've also relocated them to other states. What it means is if you have a job and it requires you to move or relocate, if you owned a house and their house burdened, they can't move. Here, we're able to accommodate that move with little trouble.
Many families may not be able to come up with a down payment for a new home, or simply can't afford the commitments that go hand in hand with home ownership. ARP's brand new single-family rental homes provide an easy, affordable, low-commitment option.
The reason renting works is that it allows you the flexibility to come into a home without having a sizable down payment. We are looking for people who, in fact, are really middle American families.
Be sure to visit AmericanResidentialProperties.com to view the regions of the U.S. where homes are currently available and to get more information on single-family home renting.
The need to protect your home. It's one of the realities of modern times for businesses and homeowners alike. And it's pushing technological development to new heights. Here on Designing Spaces, we're constantly in search of new ways to keep your family and home safe. Recently, we found a system that enables you to protect, monitor, and control your home using the latest technology.
Cox Home Security provides the latest technology plus 24/7 monitoring to protect your home and family. We have dedicated professional security consultants who will come to your home to customize a solution that fits your lifestyle. And our technology has the ability to protect your family and your possessions from burglary, fire, and floods.
Cox Home Security, a product from Cox Communications, can design a system for you that can access your home security system even when you're not there. Turn on the AC, shut off the lights, and live video cameras allow you to check on the kids after school, just like you would do if you were home.
Whether you're at work or away on vacation, the Cox Home Security System gives you the ability to control everything online or via an app on your phone or tablet. You can arm or disarm your security system, turn lights on and off, control appliances, as well as changing your thermostat and monitoring your video cameras.
Are you concerned about a home catastrophe such as a flooded basement or a carbon monoxide leak in your home? Cox Home Security has a solution that will give you peace of mind. With its water and carbon monoxide sensors, you can be alerted to any detection of water or carbon monoxide in your home before the situation turns into a catastrophe.
The Cox Home Security System also allows you to connect carbon monoxide detectors. If they're triggered, they'll send you a text or an email right away, as well as contacting emergency authorities. You can also connect water sensors in your basement, near your water heater, or areas prone to flooding to alert you by text or email if floods are detected.
I really enjoy the Cox Home Security System because it really gives me the ability to use it anywhere. Whether it's a tablet, my cell phone, or even my computer, I'm able to watch my dogs on the video cameras, I'm able to adjust my thermostat up or down, and I'm able to turn my lights on with just using a cell phone.
The system allows you to set up customizable rules that meet your needs. Say you have a child who comes home from school every day at 4. You can go online and set up a rule that will take a video clip of your child coming through the door every day at 4. That way, you can be sure that your child's gotten home safe and sound.
One of the rules we've set up in our home is the fact that every time the alarm goes off, the video starts to record. The best part about that feature is I get an immediate feed into my phone and I can see exactly what set off the camera, whether it was maybe, an accident, maybe it was one of the dogs running around, or maybe it was just the wind, but at least it puts my mind at ease.
With a Cox Home Security package that includes video, your home is always in view. You can watch video of your home from your touchscreen, the web, or your smartphone and know your loved ones and valuables are safe. You can choose to record on a schedule at a preset time, or you can set a trigger for your system to take a video snapshot every time the front door opens. Rest assured that your home security videos are stored on a secure network. The only person who can watch them is you.
The best thing about the video features is that I'm able to see my dogs, especially while I'm at work or I'm traveling. They get into all different kinds of mischief, so it's really funny to be able to see them on camera. The other thing is we also have a camera installed outside so that I can always see who is ringing our doorbell, which makes it really easy for us to not answer the door when we don't want to.
Wireless calling as a backup will keep your home covered. If the power goes out or if an intruder cuts the wire, the Cox Home Security touchscreen can still alert emergency services. And unlike other home security systems, Cox Cellular Backup is free.
One of the great things about the system is it's integrated and allows you to control everything from one easy-to-use platform that's also affordable.
One of the best features of the Cox Home Security System is that the system is modular, meaning that as your needs grow or technologies evolve, new devices can be added without buying an entirely new system. To see this portion of Designing Spaces again, go to designingspaces.tv and click on the Cox Home Security video. You will also find a link to the Cox Home Security website.
Discovering that single-family rental homes offer families more options than ever before, or that you can make your existing home more secure thanks to the latest digital technology, or getting those troublesome taxes done without the trouble while saving money. We want to present the best options for a better home life for you and your family. We are Designing Spaces.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.